Following match is our first main event and is scheduled for one fall.
All right, Ryan, here we go. It is main event time. It is the Monarch Jeremy Wyatt, one half of the foundation, going one-on-one with Jack Foster.
Man, and Jack Foster is in a whole heap of trouble. I know everyone thinks, oh, Jack Foster's this huge giant of a man, but if you've ever seen a giant killer in pro wrestling, his name is Jeremy Wyatt, especially when he has the man Michael Strider in his corner.
Michael Strider claims he has a black belt in
He does, he's carrying it around.
Oh yeah, that means a lot when he's carrying it around.
Well, that guy's having a camera, it makes him a photographer, doesn't it? Look at these, like ripping up these signs that these morons make. I mean, it's a good thing too, because if there were spell check, they'd all be ripped up.
Monarch showing his disdain and disgust for the people around the ringside area here in the Scottish Rite Temple. And I mean, they got a chance to go over to our great sponsor, Metro PCS, and make those wonderful signs with their own bare hands, and then the Monarch just rips them up.
Well, why not? They're shoving it in his face, they're ripping on him. And Michael Strider does have a black belt. It's around his neck, and he says he's a black belt in pro wrestling, and he definitely is.
Wow, the arena has gone dark, ominously summoning, perhaps, what is the biggest wrestler in the NWL right now, and that is the reclusive Jack Foster.
We'll see how Jack Foster stacks up with Jeremy Wyatt. He may be bigger, he may be stronger, he may even be more experienced than Jeremy Wyatt. I mean, this guy's out on the sidelines for years. But we'll see. Jeremy Wyatt is, at this point in his career, is in the best shape I've ever seen him, and he's definitely, and his work is second to none at this point.
I think for sure somebody at this commentary desk is going to be rooting for Jeremy Wyatt. I have a feeling that it's not me, it's my partner, Brian McGillicuddy. But there he is, Jack Foster, with that look on his face. I'm telling you.
He's scary looking, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Every time we see Jack Foster, I'm more and more impressed. This guy is not only one of the biggest guys here in the NWL, but he might be the meanest.
Well, he's definitely angry. We've seen him talk about this is not pro wrestling. He is pro wrestling, and we'll see what he can do with Mr. Wyatt.
And here are the introductions by Tim Ray.
Once again, this match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Michael Strider.
Yeah.
Weighing in at 191 pounds, from Kansas City, Missouri, he is the Monarch, Jeremy Wyatt.
Yes. Ben, stand up. Come on.
One half of the foundation, no doubt, undoubtedly one
And
of
his
the best
opponent,
wrestlers in Kansas
weighing
City.
in at 284 pounds, hailing from Blackwater, Missouri, he is Jack Foster.
Jeez. Can this crowd be any more biased?
I think it's important to mention that this is an I-70 series matchup between Jack Foster and Jeremy Wyatt.
You're absolutely right, and both men going into this match undefeated in I-70 series matchups, which is why this match is being made tonight. And we'll see who comes out. Only one will come out undefeated tonight, and I have a pretty good idea who I'm rooting for.
I think everybody at home knows who
Well, as
you're
long as they don't
rooting
know,
for.
it's Jeremy Wyatt.
What an ovation, though. That's something that's unheard of here in the Scottish Rite Temple, is having a St. Louis wrestler or someone who aligns himself with St. Louis so abundantly cheered here in this building. That's how much people hate Jeremy Wyatt and love Jack Foster.
Brilliant deduction, Ben. Some things they don't like winners here. They don't like good people. They don't like people that do great at their job. Look around. They're all wearing ratty t-shirts from rock concerts from 1983. They don't like this guy. He's shiny, he's perfect, he's great. Come on.
Did you just say Jeremy Wyatt is perfect?
Yes. As a
Something
wrestler.
really wrong with you.
Wait, what are you talking about? Look at this. taking the big man down to his knee.
One thing's for sure, Jeremy Wyatt is a man that goes into every professional wrestling match with a game plan, and this match is no different. He is going to try to pick apart Jack Foster and reduce his size by about 6 inches, and that's part of the plan. Kicking him right in that knee, going for a high cross body, and Jeremy Wyatt just bounces off.
Hey, I have no problem saying that we know that Jack Foster is the stronger man between these two. He's a mountain of a man. But Jeremy Wyatt, he's going to have to use every logical point he has to try to take every move this man makes is calculated, Jeremy Wyatt. So we'll see what he can do to try to chop this big man down and actually have a shot.
What is the size advantage here? Jack Foster has to be at least 6 inches taller than Jeremy Wyatt. I mean, he is so tall, so aggressive, and there's that Foster whip right into the ropes, and a vicious right hand, make that 2, right to the top of the head of Jeremy Wyatt. Misses the 3rd one, and Wyatt going for a boot to the midsection, and gets his legs swept out from underneath him. He goes crashing face first into the canvas. Jack Foster remains 1 step ahead. Crushing the hand of Jeremy Wyatt.
No, you're absolutely right. If Jeremy Wyatt isn't going to have the speed advantage, he's definitely not going to have the size advantage. So he has to keep working at this. Look at that.
Dumping Jeremy Wyatt over the top rope. Wyatt stays on his feet. However, does not after getting hit with a massive forearm by Jack Foster. There's the devil himself, Michael Strider.
What do you call him, the devil? He's a black belt pro wrestler.
He is the devil. This man stops at nothing to shorthanded to get the advantage on everybody. He's a liar and a deceiver, just like the devil. And now Jeremy Wyatt wraps that knee, that left knee around that post.
I don't think he's the devil. Jeremy Wyatt doesn't think he's the devil. They're just good friends, and look at that. He's working that leg, and that's the only way he's going to be able to take this big monster, Jack Foster, down, is by chopping him down at the knee.
Let me tell you something. Jeremy Wyatt knows full well that Michael Strider is in fact the walking incarnation of the devil, but he's tolerating him right now. And mark my words, it's only a matter of time before that devil's true colors come out and they go to war once again.
Yeah, we'll see, Ben. You're the great prognosticator. I mean, come on. You have the foundation of Strider and Wyatt just taking over this company at this point, and you see Wyatt in there now with the biggest monster on the roster, and he's working that leg like a smart man would. You know, a lot of guys nowadays wouldn't think about this. They would just try to do some fancy moves. This guy's taking a body part and just going to work and taking out one of the wheels of this big man, and finally he gets him down.
It would be definitely hard for Jack Foster to land that size 16 boot upside the face. DDT, a leg DDT right there. That could dislocate your kneecap, but it's definitely going to be hard for someone like Jack Foster to land that size 16 boot across the face of Jeremy Wyatt or to chokeslam him if that left knee cannot function. If he cannot stand, he can't do any of his offense.
You're absolutely right, and he's already quivering on that left leg. I mean, Foster, look, and he's tough. He's screaming for some more hits.
He's telling Wyatt to come on, and Wyatt's obliging him, firing lefts and rights into the face of Jack Foster. Jeremy Wyatt, nice swinging neck breaker.
Nice.
What velocity of that neck breaker, going for a cover.
I love when Jeremy Wyatt covers a man with that forearm on the face, just scraping it across the nose.
Now he's continuing to go to work on that left quadricep, that left kneecap of Jack Foster. That could really knot up the quads. If you keep kicking away at the quads like that, he can knot up those quads real good, and it's going to be hard for Jack Foster to get back up to a vertical base.
You're absolutely right. Like I said, the only shot he really has is to make sure every move he makes makes logical sense. And look at that. Foster still has enough strength to just mule kick him to the outside.
Kicking Jeremy Wyatt off of his legs. He definitely does not want this onslaught to continue on his legs. And now he lands a hard knife-edge chop across the chest of the Monarch.
Right across the chest, across that nipple that's half there thanks to that war he had with Strider 10 years ago.
So you just proved my point.
But they're friends. They're friends now. They know they had to come together when NWL started and put themselves back on the map because they built this town when it comes to wrestling.
Oh, Jack Foster just missed that knife-edge chop. And I think he might have broke his hand on that post. right there. As soon as Jeremy Wyatt dunked,
What's he got?
What is Wyatt doing? Of
got a chair.
one part of the foundation, and he just collided that chair with that elbow. What is Nick Chin doing?
Nick Chin was not paying attention, and the chair got thrown in, and now Foster's in deep trouble. Where are you, Strider? Come on,
That's
Strider.
what happened. The chair slid in the ring. Nick Chin was getting rid of that chair. Man,
Look at that nice decoy.
Jeremy Wyatt has every move perfectly scouted before he goes into a wrestling match, and that elbow might be broken. That hand elbow may be broken on Jack Foster.
And look at this. Now he's working the right arm, the left leg.
Oh, you see the torque. You see the torque against that bottom rope, and those are steel cables wrapped in athletic
Look at this.
tape.
Look at this.
Oh, and of course, Michael Strider getting involved in the action.
Black belt, black belt, black belt.
Shut up.
The foundation is proving their worth here tonight.
You should join the foundation
I'm part of it.
and never be a commentator ever again.
I'm their broadcast liaison of the foundation.
Oh, is that an official title now?
Well, with us it is. I would never tell anybody else here.
I would never tell anybody that you were even involved with the foundation. Kick to the arm. Now Jeremy Wyatt, like a shark that smells blood, is going to try to put even more of a hurt, even more of a beating on that right arm and shoulder of Jack Foster. Hard knife edge chop.
The look.
Look at Foster absorbing that blow.
I don't know if it hurts Foster. Jeremy, go back to work on the leg. Look at those eyes.
Oh, pump thrust kick, you heard that.
Back to that right arm.
You heard the sound of that kick landing against the elbow, and Jack Foster able to get the left shoulder up. Now once again going over to a top wrist lock here.
Come on. Man, he's really working that right arm now. The left leg and right arm have been the points of interest for Jeremy Wyatt.
I thought I saw him just bite the, drove the knee right into the prone arm of Jack Foster. And if you recall correctly, Ryan, that is the arm he usually executes that choke slam with. And it looks like he will be doing any choke slamming tonight.
You're absolutely right. I mean, you saw early in the match, Jack Foster went for that choke slam, and Jeremy Wyatt was able to get out of it, but now he's making sure he'll definitely get out of it tonight.
Foster trying to fight with any limb he has left. Fires a left forearm into the face of Jeremy Wyatt. Now he uses that right arm. That may have not have been a smart tactic there, because Jeremy Wyatt just laid into that arm triangle DDT and is now trying to dislocate that shoulder and that elbow. Really vicious onslaught. This reminds me of the Andersons when only an arm used to go to work on the arms or legs of their opponent and just really put a beating on it. I mean, they broke many arms across the Midwest, across this country, doing that kind of tactic.
Well, you know they've learned from the best. I mean, Strider and Wyatt have been around for years. They know exactly what works, trying to break the fingers off that hand. And you're absolutely right. If you don't want to get chokeslam, what do? Take out the arm that can chokeslam.
You can hear those fingers snapping as Jeremy Wyatt wrenches back once again and stays on that arm. He wants to make sure that win, lose, or draw, and he's planning on winning, that if he gets out of this matchup, Jack Foster is going to leave a different man, and maybe with that arm in a cast.
But Jack Foster is able to get back to his feet now, and that's trouble for Wyatt.
Crowd solidly behind Jack Foster. They are rallying behind Jack Foster as he tries to get out of this predicament that he finds himself in with Jeremy Wyatt really working over that right shoulder. Oh, took his head off with a vicious clothesline.
But hurt his arm in the process, because that's the one that's been worked over this entire match. I don't know if that was smart for Jack Foster to do that.
Putting his own body on the line to inflict pain. Now he's going to try to go for that choke slam, and Jeremy Wyatt hits that arm, and he hits it with the other arm. A left clothesline coming out of left field almost takes Jeremy Wyatt's head off, and now Foster trying to put some momentum on his side.
Big boot there with the right boot. The left arm.
Headbutt square into the jaw. That's the second headbutt we've seen from Jack Foster. Jack Foster looking for any opening, anything he can do to try to gain an advantage over Jeremy Wyatt here. That right arm, is really hurting him right now.
Yeah, Kenny having problems doing any kind of... Look at that backdrop was just with the left side of his body.
He elevated Jeremy Wyatt into the lights, it seems. Is he trying to hook him up for a German suplex?
Whoa.
This looks like a Northern Lights suplex, and he launches Jeremy Wyatt halfway across the ring yet again. What strength shown by the one-armed Jack Foster.
Come on. Wyatt, come on.
Oh, almost a 3 count.
Well, it says a
Jeremy
lot
Wyatt.
about Foster. I mean, this guy's getting worked over left and right, and it doesn't matter what happens. What is Wyatt going to have to do to this man to keep him down, to not do these kind of power moves on him? Maybe this guy has to get involved more. Come on, Strider.
Strider looks like he's broken out into a cold sweat almost at the prospect of his man, Jeremy Wyatt, giving up defeat to Jack Foster. Jack Foster, if anybody can defeat anybody on one leg and one arm, it's definitely Jack Foster. Oh, he might be going for a choke slam, and Jeremy Wyatt drops that arm across the top rope. I think he almost dislocated his shoulder there.
Gets so close to that choke slam.
Oh, tornado DDT drives Jack Foster head first into the center of the ring.
It's
this
over.
could be it. Referee Nick Chin in
two,
position
and
2.
three.
No!
Come on.
Jack Foster getting the left shoulder up just in the nick of time, and Foster remains in the fight.
And Wyatt has to be thinking what's going on. But no, he's going to the top, and you know what that means.
Jeremy Wyatt skinning the cat up to that top rope. And this is his tribute to the Macho King as he drives that elbow right into the heart of Jack Foster 2. No! Almost a 3 count, and Foster gets the left shoulder up.
Jeremy Wyatt is very upset with Nick Chin. That was the Macho Man elbow. That takes out every man.
From king to a monarch, that he says that elbow was passed to him by the Macho Man himself. And now Jack Foster surprisingly making his way back up to his feet now. Jeremy Wyatt looking, could he land that coronation pile driver? Oh, Jack Foster raises up from in between.
Get him over, get him over.
Trying to punch Jeremy Wyatt, and his fist collides right with the center of the ring. Oh, that spear! That deadly spear!
Where did that come from?
Almost sawed Jeremy Wyatt in half, and now Jack Foster needs to make the cover and try to pick up the victory here.
No.
1, 2. Oh, so close. Jeremy Wyatt getting that right foot on that bottom rope.
I thought it was over, but he gets his foot on that rope. Thank goodness he was close to that, because it would have been over.
What a main event match we've seen here tonight. Jack Foster and Jeremy Wyatt letting it all hang out. And I have to say, so far, Jeremy Wyatt has provided the biggest test to date to Jack Foster.
Definitely, because he's been watching these Jack Foster matches, and he's been seeing what people aren't doing. They're not isolating parts of this guy's body. They're not taking out that arm. They're not taking out that leg. And he's trying to do that, but even still, he's still battling for his life now.
Hard slap right across the chest, and Jeremy Wyatt is still fighting. He's still coming. Referee Nick Chin, what count is he at? That's a 7.
Come on, get back in the ring, guys.
These guys got to get back in the ring.
Get in there, Wyatt. Come on.
That's it. Referee Nick Chin, that's a 10. And both men, I believe, have been counted out in this matchup.
Come on. Wyatt's in first.
Both competitors have failed to meet the 10 count by the referee. The result of the match is a double countout.
That's a double countout.
Well, Wyatt didn't lose, but he didn't win either. But I don't know, maybe he's going to win the war here.
Elbow back elbow to the face of Michael Strider, trying to stick his nose in Jeremy Wyatt's business, of course.
Yes.
And here comes nice Jack Foster just hit Michael Strider with that right hand.
What is it? The match is over. Why is he attacking Wyatt?
Oh, Wyatt has that ring bell. He just clocked Jack Foster right in the face.
That's what he
This
gets.
match is over. Somebody needs to get out there as Michael Strider rains down right hand.
That's what he gets. He's trying to mess with Wyatt. The match is over. Wyatt rolled into the ring. He wasn't touching Foster, but you know what? He gets a nice ring bell across his head for good times.
If anything's gonna put the big man Jack Foster down, it's a steel ring bell right across the head. And now Michael Strider continues to choke Jack Foster.
Foundation is here.
What is Wyatt doing? Wyatt has that steel chair and just driving the point of that chair into the ribs of Jack Foster. Oh, he could be breaking his ribs here. Jack Foster has already been incapacitated. Oh, he can't be serious. He can't
Yes,
be serious.
break that right arm.
That injured right arm.
Break it.
Right arm and elbows in that steel chair. Jeremy Wyatt jumping off the top rope, and he just sandwiched his arm in that chair, and I heard a snap. His arm could be broken.
A lesson was learned tonight. The lesson is don't mess with the foundation.
Jeremy Wyatt and Michael Strider, the foundation, have made their point here. Win, lose, or draw, they're out to injure people here in the NWL, and they might have just broken the arm of Jack Foster.
I don't think Jack Foster's going to do much with that right arm anytime soon. No choke slamming, no big punches, nothing. He's not going to be able to go home in his little forest house and type up his next manuscript because the foundation just took him out of action.
They'll have no fury like a scorned Jack Foster, and I do not want to be the foundation. If you have an angry big man heading your way, they better head for the hills, Ryan. For Ryan McGillicuddy, I'm Ben Miller. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time here on the NWL Kansas City.
I am Jack Foster, and I am pro wrestling. And if you want to see more hard-hitting, heavy-handed action like only the NWL can offer, then hit that subscribe button and check out those videos, or else I'm coming for you.